Hey, this is Dusty Thunder again with another AITA story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for making my son's birth mom move out once the adoption was finalized? For the past 7 years, my husband, 43 male, and I, 37 female, have been trying to have children, but we've been unsuccessful as we've gone to specialists and have been assured that we can't have children. Our hearts were broken, and since then, we've wanted nothing less than to become parents and have something to call our own. Last year, we decided we would volunteer helping at foster homes and helping the youth and young adults that were struggling with homelessness. While doing this, we met our son's birth mother, A, 19 female. She was pregnant and struggling with homelessness, and we offered to take her in, help her with maternity clothes, healthcare, transportation with doctor's appointments, etc. She took us up on our offer and moved in, and that's when she began telling us that her child's father wasn't in the picture and she had no way to provide for him. She didn't know what she was going to do and had no job or way of caring for him. She was 20 weeks pregnant around this time. As our bond grew, we told her our struggles with having a child of our own and told her that it would mean the world to us to have a child as we were financially stable and a loving family. We offered to adopt him and have her be a sister figure to him. We told her this was completely her decision and we would support whatever she wanted. After a few weeks, she told us that she wanted us to adopt him once she gave birth, and we agreed to an open adoption. We thanked her and we supported her in every way she needed, and she also had her own room in our home. Fast forward, she gave birth to our son, Aiden. I was there for the birth and our bond was unexplainable. Shortly after, the next morning, she signed off on the adoption papers and terminated her rights. We then took him home along with her. About 2 weeks after his birth, she began becoming very clingy with our son. We explained that he was ours and she was welcome to help with him, but he was my son and I would make all the decisions regarding him. This upset her and she felt hurt. So we ultimately decided to ask her to move out, and once the adoption was finalized, we haven't had any contact with her since. We decided to close the adoption and we asked her not to contact us any further. His birth mother thinks I'm the asshole and accuses me of manipulating her with false pretenses. However, this is not true and Aiden is our son and I am his mother, so I have to do what's best for him. Am I the asshole? Yeah, you did lure her into this under false pretenses. You did manipulate her and then you took her baby. You got her to agree to it, but yeah, you played her for a child. And it sure seems like the only reason that you were helping people struggling with homelessness was so that you could get some kind of opportunity like this. Everything you said previously teased this up perfectly. This was not about her. This was not about you helping her. This was not about doing something good. This was a play to get you what you wanted. And then you kicked her out. After you said that you would include her in his life and have her like a sister figure, and instead of being understanding about her being clingy with him, she birthed the baby. Of course there's going to be a bond. Of course she's going to want to hold him. Of course she's going to want to care for him. Of course. You played her. This was a terrible thing to do. Top comment on here is, you're not an asshole, you're evil. You found a young woman facing incredible obstacles, brought her into your home, groomed her to give up her child on a false pretense, and then slammed the door in her face. You lied to her about access she would have to her child, and you stole that child. You deserve the absolute worst. Candy Thunder left her thoughts here as well and said they did not do this out of the goodness of their heart. They volunteered looking for a young mom in this exact situation. 100%. They took advantage of someone who was in a situation who had no other choice. It feels like the smart thing to do if their heart was really in the right place and they really wanted to help this woman would have been for them to help her get on her feet and hope that they can still have some kind of connection with her and with this child so that they can be involved in the child's life, not to the extent that they're going to take her baby from her. And even when it was, hey, we would love to raise this child and have you still involved, it's like, but okay. But then get her to agree to it, sign the papers, and kick her out. And tell her not to contact you anymore. Wow. People, wow. I mean, yes, we're going to go fly straight to ask on one here because this is an absolutely terrible, evil thing to do to someone. You got what you wanted. After you got what you wanted, you no longer gave any shits at all about her, and she was gone. Instead of trying to be understanding about that bond that exists between the baby and the person who birthed her, and being understanding about her being clingy and about wanting to be somewhat involved, you instead said, no, that's my baby. I make all the decisions. You're going to have to go. What a truly terrible thing to do to someone. And now you're going to have to live the rest of your life knowing that the child that you're raising, you have because you screwed someone over. And guess what? If you've kicked her out now and she was homeless to begin with, what do you think's going to happen with her? And they know exactly what's going to happen with her. That's why they did it. They orchestrated this entire situation and found someone that has no power to retaliate at all, has no legal power to do anything here. I mean, I can't guarantee she's right back to where she started, but look at it this way. She was up against it before, thought she had found a path to redemption, a path to being on her feet, and then her child was ripped from her. She was tricked into giving her child up. So now, and then she's kicked out. So she's right back to where she started. But now the despair that she had before about not knowing how she was going to be providing for her family or for her child is a completely different kind of despair now because she's literally lost everything. I don't know how you come back from that.